Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our San Diego Freeway drive-away awning from our Smart Air touring collection. So this particular model is designed to fit vehicles between 170 centimetres in height and 220 centimetres in height. We also do a tall version of this model, so the tent itself is exactly the same, but it's designed to fit vehicles between 240 centimetres up to 290 centimetres in height. It's got various different ways of attaching it to the vehicles, so pretty much no matter what your setup is on your vehicle, there should be a way that this will attach quite easily to that vehicle. For more information on that, you can look at the pitching instructions for this, which will show you some of that in detail. So for me, one of the key defining features of the tent is the frame that we're using here. Now you may have heard me mention there our Smart Air touring collection. So this means that this tent is actually inflatable, so in place of the original or traditional steel and fiberglass poles, you'll find that we actually have a frame made up of inflatable tubes. More specifically, this tent uses our one-go inflation technology, and that allows us to actually inflate this whole thing from one single plug point for the pump which comes with the tent, which we'll just show you in a little bit of detail. Now that has a couple of advantages. One, it makes it very, very quick to inflate the tent, and secondly, it actually adds a lot of stability to the tent as well. So as I mentioned there, it does come with a pump, so it's just like this one here. This is a double action hand pump, so as I said, really quick and easy to inflate this tent. As I said also as well, you'll find that there is just the one valve, and it says quite clearly on it, air in. So just under here would be where you attach the pump to start inflating the tent. On the pump, you'll find that you have a manometer, so you can keep an eye on the pressure that you are inflating the tent to, and we recommend inflating this between 0.6 and 0.8 bar, which is roughly about 8.5 to 11.5 psi. So that's actually quite a lot of air being put into these tubes, which, as I say, really creates a very solid and stable structure. To deflate the tent is really quick and simple and easy as well, because the tubes on here each have their own release valves. So you can just see quite clearly here, it says air out. So just under here, you'll find a release valve, and if we just twisted this, you'd see that the air would come out really quickly and really easily. So as I say, one of the big advantages here is the fact that you can set this up and take it down very quickly indeed. Some other features then, you can see that we have a rain-safe entrance on this side here. Now this is the only pole on the tent, so we are using a Duratec fiberglass pole just to create a good sheltered area, so that if it is quite drizzly, that's going to give you a good amount of protection in and out of the tent without any water getting in. The fly sheet that we're using on here is our Outex 6000. This is actually a 150 denier taffeta polyester, so it's really thick and heavy duty. It's completely waterproof as well, with a hydrostatic head of 6,000 millimeters. We also tape all of the seams, and we also PU coat the inside. So as I say, giving it a hydrostatic head of 6,000 mil, making sure that you can be safe in the knowledge that no matter how much rain there is, you're going to be completely dry within the tent. We have our Luminous Guidelines all the way around the tent as well, which are pre-attached for you, so that's a job that you don't have to worry about doing. You will find that each guy line has its own retainer, so when it comes to packing down the tent, we can just wrap up the guy lines and pop them in here, so that the next time you come to use the tent, you don't have a mess of guy lines that you have to spend a lot of time untangling. We also supply you with our easy pegging system on the San Diego here, and that's where we give you 3 different types of pegs. So we have the solid steel anchor peg here, which would be for the 4 corners of the tent, and that would go into the grey pegging points. We have the black plastic peg for all of the black pegging points throughout the tent as well. And we also have the luminous peg, funnily enough, for the luminous guidelines. So it's in the name there. The easy pegging system ensures that it's nice and easy for you to make sure you get the right peg in the right place. So some other details here then, you'll see that all the way around the front here we have some large windows. Now these are actually tinted windows, so these serve 2 key functions. One is to reflect the sunlight away from the inside of the tent, and secondly, from the outside, it certainly keeps your privacy at a good level as well. Now the door at the front here obviously is rolled away at the moment. It does have a large window on it as well. But with it rolled up like this, you can see that it's a really good size door, so being able to get all of your bits and pieces in and out of here should be no issue at all. And stepping inside, you'll find that there's a lot of head height. Even though it's a relatively compact sized tent, there's still a massive amount of head height here. I'm quite tall at about 1.95 m. You can see that I can stand up no problem, and I've still got quite a lot of space above me as well. Just while I'm here as well, I'd like to just point out, as I was mentioning earlier on, we use our one-go inflation. So a nice feature here is that you have these shut-off valves. So if I just twist this round to the side like this, what I've now just done is separated this tube of air here from the rest of the tent. So that's quite handy because in the very unlikely events of anything going wrong, the whole tent's not going to come down, it's just going to be one single tube. But as I say, that's very, very unlikely. So some other features to point out, I already mentioned there's large windows all the way around here, and that's going to flood the tent with light, making it feel nice and spacious. If you do want a little bit more privacy, each window has its own curtain. So you can just see here at the bottom we have it rolled away at the moment, but that can either be brought either halfway up using the toggles here, or obviously you can fully close that as well to give yourself complete privacy. The ground sheet that we're using in here from front to back and side to side is fully sealed, and it's an Oxford polyester, so it's a really nice quality material, and it's completely waterproof with a hydrostatic head of 5,000 mil. It is bathtub in style, so it's coming up at the edges, hopefully going to stop things like drafts, sand, dirt, dust, and hopefully those unwanted bugs as well. So at the back here, you'll find that we have two doors. So this gives us a link into our access area between the vehicle and the tent. So if I just open this up, we'll see here that we have a completely covered area, so it's completely waterproof. And we also have a ground sheet between the vehicle and the tent as well, just to make sure that you're going to be dry underfoot. And you can see that it comes up at the edge as well there to stop, again, any drafts from coming in underneath the tent. So we have a couple of optional extras available for this tent. We have a carpet for this area here, just giving you that home away from home feel. And there's also a footprint available to go under it as well. So that's all of the features of our San Diego Freeway from our Smart Air touring collection. Thanks very much for watching.